Southeast Asia, or anywhere else around the world. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. This channel is dedicated to sharing you the spiritual wisdom and human warmth found in the words of Chinese author Xuemo. So no matter where you join from, I hope you can feel a sense of peace, inspiration, and connection in this little corner of internet. So let's talk about who is Mr. Xuemo and why should you care about his work. Mr. Xuemo is one of the most prolific and inspiring authors from Western China, and his story bridges Eastern wisdom and universal human emotions, offering readers around the world deep insight and timeless inspiration. Mr. Xuemo has written more than 80 titles with over 300 editions and translated into more than 20 languages, including English, French, German, Spanish, and so on. So, if you love meaningful story, profound thoughts, and beautifully written books, you're absolutely in the right place. Reading is not only about getting knowledge, it's a way to nourish the soul, to remember who we are, and to discover peace and clarity. So don't just scroll past, my friend. Hit the follow button and subscribe our channel. So let's talk about Mr. Xuemo. Mr. Xuemo's novel Into the Desert won the New York City Big Book Award 2024 for female fiction and the Independent Press Award 2024 for world literature. And the novel White Fox Ridge won the 2024 International Impact Book Award and the 2025 International Book Award and the 2025 New York City Big Book Award. And Mr. Xuemo has been nominated 3 times for the Modern Literature Prize and has won the Dunhuang Literature and Art Award 6 consecutive times. In the years of 2022, Mr. Xuemo topped the International Media Spotlight list at the Francophone Book Fair, enjoying more attention than the guests on span. This achievement was hailed as one of the most remarkable and memorable events at the Francophone Book Fair 2022. The e-book editions of The Desert Rise, Desert Hunter, White Tiger Pass, Love Letters for the Goddess have repeatedly ranked #1 on Amazon bestseller list. So, if you love meaningful stories, profound thoughts, and beautifully written books, you're absolutely in the right place. Reading is not only about getting knowledge, it's a way to nourish the soul, to remember who we are, and to discover peace and clarity. So don't just scroll past, my friend. Hit the follow button and subscribe our channel and stay with us. We go live different times every day, bringing you fun stories and good vibes. And this is a space full of warmth, positivity, and love. So may you set a home right here and give us a like and draw a comment below. If you have any questions, and you can send me the message and start conversations. Okay, let's spend a wonderful time together right here. So today I'm going to sharing you one of the most touching novels written by Chinese author Xuemo, Eternal Love. This book is about a spiritual journey. It's about a spiritual journey through illness, letters, and redemptions. So, this book is a testament to faith, hope, and redemption. Eternal Love is the first version of the redemption challenges. It is a deeply moving novel about end-of-life companionship. Through 34 exchange letters between Yato and her mentor Guru Xue, Yato, a tongue cancer patient, it recreated the heartfelt dialogue between a tongue cancer patient Yato and her mentor Guru Xue. Yeah, in the form of letters and diary, she confides in him, revealing her struggle and the moment of awakening as she faced the greatest challenges of her life. Under Guru Xue's companionship care and spiritual guidance, Mr. Yato courageously confront her illness, refused to surrender to fear and despair, and ultimately find the self-redemption. Some critics has drawn parallels between Mr. Xuemo's eternal love and some critics and Ice Walker's masterpiece, The Color Purple. My friend, even hi, my friend. Welcome to our live sessions. Okay, this is Louis from Western China. I'm here to share you the book written by Chinese author Xuemo. Some critics has drawn parallels between Mr. Xuemo's eternal love and Iris Walker's masterpiece, The Color Purple, noting their shared exploration of fundamental themes such as life, death, and spiritual redemption. So, my friend, welcome to my live sessions. Let's start with a story that stayed with me for years. A story about a woman, we will call her Yato, which means girls in Chinese, a name that carries warmth, familiarity, just as she did. Yato was 28 years old when life threw her the cruelest carver, a terminal illness. Before that, she was an outstanding magazine editor, sharp, driven at the peak of her career. She was just like any other accomplished professional you might know. Rushing between the meeting, defying the champagnes, and chasing the next big achievement. There was nothing out of ordinary about her until the illness turned her world upside down. What happened next? There was nothing short of extraordinary. She faced her illness with resilience and bravery that most of us can barely fathom, all while choosing to live joyfully. If you met Yato on the street, you'd never guess the agony she was enduring. Not for a single moment would her smile give away the pain that consumes her. When Yato was awake or drifting into fitful sleep, even the simplest, most mundane tasks, sipping water, brushing her teeth, taking a bite of food, felt like touches to her. Yato has a beautiful and melodious voice, but she couldn't speak a single word. The pain locked her up there too. Yet whenever someone looked at her, they can saw a calm, serene, and peaceful face, as if there was nothing wrong with her. Okay, yeah, Xuemo, yeah, you're right, my friend Xuemo, yeah. Okay, actually, that is not Xuemo, it means, can you see that? Can you see that? The background behind me, Xuemo, the snow on the desert. Okay, Xuemo, my friend, Robir, my friend, okay? So, your pronunciation is right, but the character is wrong. Xuemo, it means snow on the desert, okay? Xue, it means snow. Mo, it means, okay? What is the correct correct characters? Can you see that? Xuemo, can you see that? Write Xuemo, can you see that? Snow, okay, it means snow on the desert. Mo, it means it means desert. So your character your character is talking about the blood devil, okay, not the snow on the desert, okay, it's different, my friend. Robia, okay, Robia, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel, yeah, thank you so much, thank you so much, yeah. Hi, Heaven Live, nice to meet you, yeah, Heaven Live, nice to meet you, yeah. Oh yeah, Heaven Life, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that is the Chinese characters. Can you see that? That's the Chinese characters, Xuemo. Okay, Robir. Okay, can you see that? So, let's continue to talk about the main character of Yatadu. Okay, yeah, Robir. Yeah, you're right. Xuemo. Yeah, the snow on the desert. So you know that Mr. Xuemo was a writer from Western China. Okay, here in the winter, you can see the snow in the winter. and also here is very near the desert. So I I saw the most beautiful sceneries in the world is the snow on the desert, my friend. Yeah, Mr. Xuemo is very smart. Actually, Mr. Xuemo is a very hardworking writer. Yeah, Mr. Xuemo is a very hardworking writer. Okay, can you imagine that? Before Mr. Xuemo become a writer, Mr. Xuemo used 20 years for the spiritual cultivation. Used 20 years for the spiritual cultivation. And Mr. Shermo got the enlightenment wisdom after 20 years spiritual training. Spiritual training, yeah. So during these 20 years, Mr. Shermo wake up at 3 a.m. and he go to sleep at 11 p.m. So it means that Mr. Shermo only have take a rest about 4 or 5 hours a day. Yeah. So all his time for these 20 years, and he wake up at 3 a.m. and then Mr. Shermer start his meditation, start his spiritual training, yeah, and except walking and eating. And during these 20 years, Mr. Shermer eat very little. Eat very little. He just takes some green beans powder and mix up with the cool water as the porridges to for eating. Yeah. So Robia, so that is our author Xuemo. And how Mr. Xuemo can become Mr. Xuemo? So you can read the books about Mr. Xuemo's autobiography, A Person West. A Person West. Yeah. And actually, the condition is much harder than described in the A Person West. Yeah. So let's continue talk about the book of the eternal love. Eternal love, yeah, my friend. Yeah. So Yato, you can Yato got a tongue cancer, a late stage tongue cancer, and the doctor says she only have 2 or 3 months left to live. So, under the guidance by our author Xuemo, a down her body was in agony. Yeah, I'm from China, my friend. A farmman, a farmman, a farmman. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm from China. Thank you so much. So, a farmman, where are you from? Where are you from? Yeah, and Yato got a late stage tongue cancer, and under the guidance by our author Xuemo, sleep for more 4 years. So, whenever someone look at Yato, the main character of the eternal love, they saw a calm, serene, and peaceful face, as if there was nothing wrong with her. Yeah, as if there was nothing wrong with her. And here is the most inspiring part. Even in Yato's darkest moment, her heart was always turned towards others. Yeah, Mongolia, the Mongolian Empire. Yeah, I know that. So are you from Mongolia, my friend? A farmman. A farmman. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. So, the Mongolian Emperor built a greatest countries in the world in history, and in the history of China, and we call that Yuan dynasty. We call that Yuan dynasty. Yeah. So in our author Sherman's novel, the causes of Xixia kingdom, the causes of Xixia kingdom. Okay, where are the books? Okay, there are no books right here. The causes of Xixia kingdom. Our author Sherman also describe, okay, some histories about the Song dynasty and to the Yuan dynasty, and then Xixia emperor. Xixia emperor is one of the kingdom between Mongolia and Song dynasty, and then the king of the Mongolia. Oh, you're from Iran, okay? Okay, nice to meet you. So, nice to meet you, my friend, a farmman. This is Louis from Western China. May I know your name, please? Okay, may I know your names, please, a farmman? Okay, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel, my friend. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Yeah. So for more updates and for more wisdom books, okay? We are talking about a book written by Chinese author Xuemo. Yeah, Mr. Xuemo is a spiritual writer from Western China. From Western China. Yeah. So now I'm going to share you one of the most touching novel written by Xuemo, Eternal Love. So let's continue to talk about this book. And here is the most inspiring part. Even in her darkest moment, Yato's heart was always turned towards others. In her last 4 years, she read books written by Chinese author Xuemo and take notes. And then she compiled books that offer comfort and wisdom to those in need. And then there is one book added by the main character of Yato. It's called The Exceptional Colonist. Exceptional Colonist. This book was written by Xuemo, added by Yato, the main character of the Eternal Love. And then this book is about a golden sentence from our author Xuemo's book. And for example, the luminal Muhammadja, and also reclaim the throne of your heart, and the world is a reflection of the mind. Mr. Xuemo was written more than 80 titles with over 300 editions. Yeah, okay. So a fine man, how's anything? A lot you can take the book. You can take this book from Tamil or Amazon, and Amazon you can got a Kindle ebook. Okay, get a Kindle ebook, just for $3 only for today. We have promotion Kindle editions on Amazon. $3 for the Kindle editions, and the printed editions for this book is about $25. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about this book. Okay. Yato added the books that offer the comfort and wisdom to those in need. And Yato, the main character of the Eternal Love, she did countless good deeds, big and small, to help the people around her. The hardship transformed her. Once a stubborn, headstrong woman, she grew soft and compassionate, someone worthy our deepest respect, a true role model for all of us. Oh, you cannot take the book from Tamil, and you can take the book from Amazon, also from Amazon, my friend. Amazon, I got it. So pity, my friend. Okay, so pity. Okay, so you know that the Amazon is for anywhere. So can you purchase the goods from Amazon? Yeah. Mm, my friend a farmman, our author Xuemo have conversations with the scholar all over the world, and then every Sunday evening. Oh, really? I'm so sorry to hear that. Iran didn't have an Amazon. Okay, I got it. I got it. That is a pity. So how about Instagram? How about Instagram? How about Instagram? And there's a scholar from Iran, talking about, she will talk about, she will have a conversation with our author Xuemo during the Sunday evening. The packing time is about 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Sunday. So a lot of scholars have a conversation with our author Xuemo, and the scholar from Iran, and the scholar from US, the scholar from UK, the scholar from Canada, and also the scholar from Norway. Okay, so let's continue to talk about the book. And maybe a farmman, maybe you can check out Mr. Sherman's work from the internet, yeah, from the internet, yeah. So let's continue to talk about this book. What carried Yato through? First, her faith, something that anchored her when the world felt unsteady. But it was the suffering itself that brought her from something stronger. It didn't break her, it refined her, like the fire turning rough into shining metals. The story teaches us a powerful truth. Suffering isn't the enemy. What is truly terrifying is giving up when adversity hits, is letting the hardship push us into retreat, instead of leaning into it and growing through it. Think about it. No matter we are, no matter if we have faith, no matter if we have chasing big dreams or taking life one day at a time, suffering and sudden life altering will find us. That's just part of being human. But how many people can face those moments with calm acceptance? So few, right? Those who can face the hardship head on, they often get swept away by the tides of time, leaving no lasting mark. But those who can stand firm, who embrace the struggle to keep going, they become the star of their era, guiding lives for others who might be lost in their own storm. For some people, hardship isn't a curse, it's a blessing in disguise. It is a karmic gift that pushes them to dig deeper, to discover strengths they never knew they have, and to live a life of a greater purpose. I'm here to share you this story not to make you feel sad, my friend, but to remind you whether you are going through something tough right now. Okay, thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, a farmman, have you ever subscribed our channel? If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel for more updates and for more wisdom books. A lot of my friend will share our author Xuemo's book right here, so you can subscribe our channel and then another take more information from our author Xuemo. Yeah, so let's continue to talk about the book. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm here to share you this story today, not to make you feel sad, but to remind you whether you're going through something tough right now, or you know someone who is, that courage isn't the absence of the fear, it is moving forwards. Even when you are scared, it's choosing kindness. Even when you are hurting, it's letting your struggle shape you, not break you. Yeah? Jato's story isn't just about one woman's fight. It's about what we are all capable of when we choose to keep going. So whatever you're facing today, wherever you're facing today, remember, you're stronger than you think. And sometimes the hardest chapter of our life becomes the one that defines us in the best way possible. Yeah? So, my friend, welcome in, okay? So let's continue to talk about. Let's start with a question that gonna hit close to home. Have you ever have those moments where the life feels feels like it threw in every bad things at you at once, like just like you get a scary doctor's note, or a relationship falls apart, or you just wake up feeling totally hopeless? If that's ever been you, drop a yes in the chat right now, because that's exactly where our main character Yato start in eternal love. Yeah. So I'm going to share you a real story. A lot people after they encounter the Mr. Xuemo's eternal love, okay, and they find the clarity in their life. So actually, my cousin also got the stomach cancer, okay, and then he was so afraid of the pain, so afraid of the cancer, and then he passed away 2 years ago. And one of my friend, she is the leader of our author Xuemo. She also got cancer, and then she's living very well with the cancer, okay, because she didn't find the death after she read the Eternal Love, written by Chinese author Xuemo. So let's continue to talk about the book, okay? First, let me send the scene so you're the right deal with the main character of Yato. Yato is a regular woman. She's got people she love, worrying about paying bills just like you and me. Yeah, and she was 28 years old. killing it in her career, admired by everyone, full of big dreams. Then a routine checkup hit Yato like a truck. Yeah, late stage tongue cancer. The doctor said she only had 2 or 3 months left to live. Can you imagine that? Imagine that a girl planning her next promotion. The next is starting at a death sentence. Her work crashed. She had no idea what to do, and she's just sitting in the hospital and crying and screaming, "Why me?" Has anyone here ever had a moment where the life felt like it punched you in the gut? Where everything you thought was solely fell apart? Yeah, if you have typed yes in the chat, Yato's pain is universal. Yeah, I'm going to sharing you the story of Yato after she got tongue cancer, and also described in this book, Eternal Love. Okay, so in the years of 2009, 28 years Yato, she go to the hospital for the body checking, and the doctor says she got a tongue cancer, and she have no idea what to do and just wandering in the street in Guangzhou. Actually, I also I was born in Guangdong, and now I live in Western China, Gansu province of China. Yeah, and then I also live in Guangzhou in the years of 2009. Yeah, 2009. And then let's continue to talk about the story, okay? Yato, after she got the tongue cancer, and she have no idea what to do, and she's just wandering in the street, and she take out her phone to want to share the bad news to someone else. But when Yato take out her phone, she found that there was nobody that she can share the bad news. There was nobody that she can share the bad news. She didn't want to share the bad news to her full husband, just because her full husband just betrayed her. Just betrayed her. Yeah. As a lady, her full husband betrayed her and remarried to another wife, another girl. And then Yato didn't want to share the bad news to her full husband. And also, Yato didn't want to share the bad news to her parents. Yeah. In China, we only share the good news to our parents. Okay? Also, Yato didn't want to share the bad news to her parents too. So my friend, will you share the bad news to your parents when something tough happens in your life? Will you share the bad news to your parents? Yeah, I won't do that. Okay, I know a lot of people from Western country. They also didn't do. They also didn't share the bad news to their parents. There is a saying in Western countries: "No news is good news." Yeah, and also Yato, when she take out her phone to check her phone number, the phone number, and then she didn't want to share the bad news to her friends too, and then at that moment, Yato remembered that she go to join the reading corner, and a lady sincerely sent Yato a book. That book was written by Chinese author Xuemo, and the book titled as Beyond Empathy. Beyond Empathy. Yeah, and then the lady sincerely told to Yato, if you have any questions in your life, if you got something tough in your life, you can take a book for read and you can got the answer. And also you can call to our author Xuemo anytime and anywhere. Okay, and also the lady sent a business card of our author Xuemo to Yato, and Yato remember that she want to did something crazy. So she check out her handbag and to take out the book for read, Beyond Empathy. And then Yato found that author Xuemo is the man that she want to talk to. Author Xuemo, that's the man she want to talk to. And then she check out her handbag to find the business cards of our author Xuemo. And do you know what happens? Yato, she cannot find the business cards in the book. And then, fortunately, Yato can find the business cards in her purse. And then Yato did something crazy. And she phoned to our author Xuemo as a stranger. And after Mr. Xuemo answered the phone, Yato couldn't stop for crying for half an hour. Okay, for half an hour. So can you imagine that? If there is a stranger phone you and then she just cry for half an hour, and what will you do? And what will you think? For me, I will think that lady is a mad lady. Okay, I I didn't have any relationship with her, and then why the lady just cried to me for half an hour, and our author Xuemo just listened for her crying, and our author Xuemo just listened for crying, and do you know what happens? My friend? Yeah, and our author Xuemo, and after that, Yato share, she was shaking and stuttering to tell everything happened to her. She just told to our author Xuemo that everything happened to her. And do you know what our author Xuemo said? Mr. Xuemo didn't say it will be okay. Mr. Xuemo didn't say it will be okay because that's usually when a people is going to dying. Our author Xuemo said, let's use this. Let's turn this fear into something else that teach you who you really are in your life. Okay, and then under the guidance by our author Xuemo, Yato she got the inner peace. She transformed the fear into the inner peace. She transformed the fear into the inner balance under the guidance by our author Xuemo. So you can got the messages from this book, Beyond Emptiness. Also, you can got the guidance from our author Xuemo to Yato. Okay? Yeah. Hi, my friend. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. And then our author Xuemo speak, as far as you know, Mr. Xuemo is from Gansu province, and Mr. Xuemo speak the Mandarin with the Gansu dialect accent. And Yato was from Canton and she speak Cantonese. Our author Xuemo is afraid that our author Xuemo think that his Gansu dialect accents will get a barrier for Yato to understand his meaning. And then our author Xuemo sent Yato a long text messages as the guardian to teach Yato. Do you know what happens? And after Yato got the messages, follow Mr. Xuemo's guardians, Yato just got the inner peace according to our author Xuemo's guardians. So our author Xuemo's text messages says like that. Replace all your thoughts with a fearful mind and emotions. When we pay attention to our fear, we see the fear is empty, with no real substance. At times like these, we don't sense the external world of ourselves. We just feel a bright emptiness, which we should maintain without getting attached to it. When that happens, we will experience something dreamlike and illusory. As they we should enjoy in peace and without letting down our guard. Hi, my friend, would you like to drink some tea? I made the tea in the morning, okay? Every morning when I wake up, I will look to make the tea. And before the tea, I will drink some coffee to wake me up because I get up about before 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, you know that getting up 5 a.m. in the morning, that is a heavy weight in our life. In China, according to the Oriental philosophy. So we wake up as the sun rays up. We wake up as the sun rays up, and then we take a rest as the sun go down. So that is a lot of that is the Oriental philosophy of the health in West in China. Okay, so let's continue to talk about the book. Let's continue to talk about the book, my friend. When that happens, we will experience something dreamlike and illusory. As they we should enjoy in peace without letting down our guard, while staying in supplicating myself to listen to the voice deep in our mind as we let go of all our attachment and longing for the material world. We need to know that our inherent wisdom, which one with the great Tao, is smiling brightly at us. Such realization means to comprehend the truth, to see nature in its original appearance, as little by little we enter the hall of the truth. So for now, stay with the sensation and let it become a life habit of ours so we can abiding in a brilliant and illusory state, being alert, living naturally without any of affectation. It is like total relaxation under the winter sun to enjoy a warm sunlight. And let us enter the dreamly, illusory day and move away from all the games in the world so we can be in empathy and ethereal condition before enhancing our watchfulness to take in our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Then we will have a heightened sense of brilliance and emptiness, which is hard to express in words. It's beyond the ability of our narrative to convey and describe. Just listen to the sound of an empty mind. It is akin to a deaf person. A deaf person listening to the sounds. We listen, but won't be controlled by the sound. Okay? It is also resemble a blind person looking. Our eyes see, but none of the false images of the external world can enter our mind. Like a tea expert, we taste something real that can be detached normally. And at times like this, we are not attached to the external world, but our mind are open and clear so we can savor all the meaning of life while they remain spotless and unaffected as a mirror. Under the, under the message from our author Xuemo, under the guidance by our author Xuemo, Yato got the inner peace from our author Xuemo. Yeah, and then do you know that Yato always got the bad news from the doctor that's got only have 2 or 3 months left to live. And she just cried. And she just cries. Yato just scared of the pain. She's scared that her whole life was for nothing. Scared of leaving her family. That is the dark place this book starts, but I promise you, this book is not a dark book. It is a book about how light finds you, even when you can see it. The book is Eternal Love, written by Xuemo. Look what I've got in my hand. This stunning hardcover of Eternal Love, written by Xuemo. Just feel the cover, deep violet with rose gold moon, stars, and the sun tangled with the moon. Isn't it breathtaking? It is like holding a piece of night sky that got a little light hidden in it, and that design is exactly what this book is about. light and dark, life and death, despair and love, dancing together forever. Let me tell you, this isn't just a book. It is a story that will reach right into your chest and make you feel and really feel. And it is all true. Draw a vow to the chart if you are already drawn to this beauty, Yato. Yeah? Our author Xuemo didn't give Yato medical advice after she got tongue cancer. Our author Xuemo gave her the spiritual medicine. Mrs. Xuemo asked her to look inside at the anger, the resentment, the wounds she carries since childhood. When you read the book, you will know that Yato grew up with a super strict dad, and her dad is a soldier. Yeah? And her dad's rules made Yato rebellious, made Yato feel unloved, trapped. She hated him for it, blamed her mom for being quiet, and pushed everyone away. Then the illness came and made all those around her burn even hotter. Through the letters between our author Xuemo and Yato, 34 of the letters which make up this book, something, something stripped. Yato started to see her dad not as a monster, but as a man who loved in his own messy, imperfect way. His genius, it was fear. Fear of her getting hurt, fear of falling her, and her mother's silence, not weakness, but a quiet strength. When Yato softened her heart, her whole world warmed up. That is the magic here. That is the magic here. All suffering starts in the mind, so the cure does too. It's not about fixing the outside, my friend. It's about healing the inside. Think about your old pain. Is it the event itself that hurts or the story you tell yourself about it? Yato learns what truly hurt us is the gap between what we expect and what happens. Yeah? Draw a yes. If you ever been hurt by your old why me, then the things itself, yes. Okay, the heaven light say yes. Yeah. So Yato's transformation is start with forgiveness. Not that I'll say sorry but still hold a grudge kind. It is a real deep forgiveness. She wrote her dad a letter, telling him that she understood that she loved him. And do you know what happens? And do you know what happens? Her panic faded. Yato's sleep got better. Even her pain felt more bearable. Forgiveness didn't change her dad, it changed her. It, it freed her from carrying the heavy anger around. The book, the book slammed down the lie that the book, hi my friend, the book slammed down the lie that forgiveness is letting someone off the hook. No, actually, it's letting yourself off the hook. Jato's story showed that holding on resentment, it is like drinking poison and waiting for the other people to die. It only hurts you. Have you ever carrying a grudge that weighing you down? Maybe it is a parent, a friend, and even yourself. And this book will give you the courage to let it go. Kai, I'm ready if that was you. Okay? The doctor said in this book, the doctor said Yato only have 2 or 3 months left to live. But Yato lived for more 4 years under the guidance by our author Xuemo. Not just surviving, not just thriving. She meditated, she practiced compassion. She even made a vow May I take on the suffering of all who are ill. So loves, so the loves makes the world's colonies. Yeah, can you imagine that? When Yato's body was in agony, her mind was peaceful. Yeah, Yato visit other patients in the hospital and listen to their fear and share her hope. Compare that to Yato's cousin. Yato's cousin got the stomach cancer and he was so scared and he jumped off a building and committed suicide. Two people, same diagnosis, totally different ending. Why? Because Yato didn't find death. She found freedom in it. She learned that the greatest miracle isn't living longer, it's living with a heart that is awake. That is the book's big lessons right here. Our life, our life isn't measured in years. Our life is measured in the moment of love, gratitude, and courage. My friend, if you're new here, don't forget to follow our channel, yeah? This is Louis from Western China. Hi, would you like to drink some water? I have the waters right here. I cook the tea in the morning. So, so many of us are waiting for someday to live. Someday when we are richer, someday when we are someday when we are less busy, someday when we are perfect. Yet say no, live now. The books on your hands for reading, the songs on your face, a cup of good coffee, a hug from someone you love. Those are the moments that matters. And this book will make you put down your phone today and tell the people you care about how much they mean to you. I guarantee it. Okay, I guarantee it, my friend. Your worst day isn't the end, it is a new beginning. Your worst day isn't the end, it is a new beginning. Your worst day isn't the end, it is a new beginning. Here is the first picture. Here is the first picture. This book slam home. Adversity isn't here to break you. Adversity isn't here to break you, it's here to wake you up. Yato's first move after that diagnosis, Yato picks up a book written by Chinese author Xuemo, and she does something crazy. And she did something crazy. She called Mr. Xuemo as a stranger. She was shaking, stuttering, and told him everything happened to her. And do you know what Mr. Xuemo said? Mr. Xuemo didn't say it will be okay because that's useless. That's useless when some people. That's useless when you're starting down death. Mr. Schumer said, "Let's use this. Let's turn this fear into something that teaches you who you really are." Yeah, that's game changing, right? That's game changing, right? So many of us think when the bad things happens, we're just the victims, but you have to learn slowly, painfully, but surely, that her cancer wasn't a death sentence for a spirit. It was a change to stop running from her. It's a change to stop running from her life and start living it. Yato start writing down every thought, every memory, everything she grateful for. She reconnected with her sister that she hadn't spoken to in years. She even started visiting other cancer patients in the hospital just to listen. Has anyone here ever had something terrible happens that ends up to pushing you to growth? Not that you visit on yourself, but that made you a better person. Join the stories in the comments if you're comfortable sharing. I will read every single one, my friend. Now let's talk about the heart of this book, connection. Yato wasn't surrounded by a huge support system. She had a few people, but most of the time, Yato felt alone. But that one call to our author Xuemo, it turned into a years-long correspondence. And that one connection, changed everything. Their letters are not fancy. Yato writes about throwing up after chemo and how much she hated hospital food. And our audition will write back to Yato and give his guardians. And the guardians just like that. So when you think that, okay, there is something, there is some kind of energy power in the universe, that we cannot see it. For example, when you imagine the bad things, and the bad things will accompany with you. When you visualize the good parts of the things, and the good power and the good energies will accompany with you. And also, when Yato is doing the chemo, okay, Yato, the first time after the chemo, she feel exhausted, and she felt that she was dying, and the doctor and the nurse just put her in the wheelchair and pushed her out of the chemo room. And then, under the guidance by our author Xuemo, Yato just full of energies, and she walked out of the chemo room and go to join the living corner of the chemo. Okay, so what is the guidance from our author Xuemo to Yato? Just it's very simple. There is some kind of game changing. There's some kind of game changing from our author Xuemo to Yato, just like that. Our author Xuemo told Yato, okay, when you're doing the chemo, okay, you just imagine that all the good energies, all the powerful energies will through the chemo machine to nourish your body and to recover your body. And then the the X-ray from the chemo machine are not harmful for your body. Okay, when Jacob is doing the chemo, she just follow Mr. Schumer's guidance. She do the visualization. She imagine that her teacher is shining the red light to nourish her body. And do you know what happens? Under the guidance by our author Xuemo, Yato, Yato just got just Yato just got a power from the chemo treatment. Yeah, magic. Yeah, yeah, that's the magic. Heaven life, heaven life. Yeah, you're right. That's the magic. Okay, to encourage Yato, Mr. Sherman also write that to Yato about his old struggle, about the time he felt like giving up on his writing. So can you imagine that as a writer, Xuemo? Mr. Xuemo mm, is a writer that is written more than has, has written more than 80 titles with over 300 editions and translated into more than 20 languages. As a writer, Mr. Xuemo also has a tough period on his writing. Okay, he cannot write a single word for totally 5 years. Yeah, even though Mr. Sherman is a hard-working writer, and he wake up at 3 a.m. and go to sleep at 11 p.m. and he cannot write a single word for totally 5 years. Yeah, but Mr. Sherman, he just continue his routine schedule. He wake up 3 a.m. and then he cannot write a single word. But Mr. Sherman, Mr. Sherman just sitting in front of the table and waiting and waiting and waiting. Yeah. So for totally 5 years, can you imagine that? Okay. But Mr. Sherman just insists on his journey of become a writer. Yeah. So Mr. Sherman asked her the questions. What is one thing you will always want to do but were too scared? Mr. Schumer asked Yato's questions. What is one thing you will always want to do but were too scared? Who is the person you regret not saying I love you to? And this book, Eternal Love, it teaches us that isn't about love isn't about how many followers you have or how many family members are around. It's about one person who sees you, really sees you. Mr. Sherman didn't fix Jacob's cancer. And Mr. Sherman didn't wake a magic wand. And Mr. Sherman didn't wake a magic wand just as Harry Potter. Yeah. And Mr. Sherman just listened. And he validated her fear and told her, your pain matters, your life matters. And that's enough. And that's enough. So many of us walk around feeling invisible. Like no one gets what we are going through. But Yato's story proved that one real conversation, one person who shows up is all it takes to feel human again. Think about that person in your life. Maybe it is a friend, a teacher, and even a stranger who said the right things at the right times. Tell them right now if they're watching. Let them know they save you too. Let them know they save you too. Let's get real for a second, my friend. Yato was terrified. She writes about laying awake at 3 a.m., sweating because she's got scared. She's so scared of the pain. She writes about panicking when he cannot swallow food, thinking this is it. This is how it ends. Hi, my friend. Can you imagine that Yato is a tongue cancer patient? And then, do you have any experience when your lip was broken? Or you got a toothache? Yeah? A toothache. When you got a toothache and when your lip was broken, it very touches to you. So I had this kind of experience when I got a toothache and my lip was broken. I didn't want to eat anything. I didn't want to eat anything. Can you imagine that as a tongue cancer patient, Yato, the main character of the Yato, eternal love. She got the tongue cancer, and her tongue was totally broken. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? So, can you imagine the agony she was enduring? Okay, the, the most mundane task for us, sipping the water, is so easy for us. But as a tongue cancer patient, Yato, she drank a small cup of water. It would took her half an hour. Yeah. Okay. In Mr. Schumer's letters, we can see the agony she was enduring. Sometimes when Yato was eating the porridge, there's something, there's something, how to say that? There's something weird in the house. When he take the take the weird things out of the mouth, it was the rotten meat. It was the rotten meat of a tongue. Of a tongue. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Jethro's tongue was always breathing and hurting. Yeah. So, and Jethro just endured the agony for 4 years. And as if there's nothing wrong with her. Yeah. And sometimes when Jethro cannot swallow food, and she thinks this is it. And this is how it ends. But here is the trick of autism teach her. And, and it is something that you can use today. No matter what you're scared of, notice the fear, but don't let it talk. Our autism tells Yato, when the fear comes, say, I see you. Then ask yourself, what do I need right now? What do I need right now? For Yato, sometimes it was just getting up and reading a book written by Chinese author Xuemo, and making a cup of favorite tea. Sometimes it was calling her niece and listening to her talk about school. Sometimes it was just sitting at the window and watching the birds outside. Yato, she didn't find Yato didn't find the fear. She let the fear be there, but she didn't let it control her actions. That's courage, guys, not the absence of fears, the ability to move forward even when it is screaming at you. I want you to try this right now. I want you to try this right now. Think of one thing you're scared of. Maybe it's a work deadline, a doctor's appointment, telling someone how you feel. Now, type in the chat. I see you next to that fear. Just acknowledging him take to its power away. That is the gift Yato gives us. Yato showed us that we are stronger than our scary feeling. We are stronger than our scary feeling, my friend. So, our life's values isn't in length, it is in depth. It's in depth. And here is the biggest lessons in this book. And it's gonna make you put down the phone and hug someone when we are done. Life's various is in length, is in depth. And here is the biggest lessons in this book. And it is gonna make you put down your phone and hug someone when we have done. Jato didn't beat the cancer. Sleep is the cancer. And eventually, she passed away. But that was not the point of this book. But that's not the point of the story. The point is, in those last years, Yato lived more fully than most people do in the 80s. Yato stopped worrying about what people thought of her. She told her mom that she loved her every single day, and she wrote a letter to her younger self, forgiving her, for all the mistakes she had made. She even started a little garden on her balcony, growing tomatoes and basil. Yato stopped worrying about what people thought of her. She told her mom that she loved her every single day. She wrote a letter to her younger self, forgiving her for all the mistakes she had made. She even started a little garden on her balcony, growing tomatoes and basil because she wanted to watch something grow. Yato writes in one of her last letters. I used to measure my life by how many years I live. Now I'm measuring by how many moments I've learned. That is the magic of this book. It doesn't sell you a fairy tale where everything works out. It tells you the truth that a short life, lived this love is worth 100 long lives lived in fear. Hi viewer, nice to meet you. Welcome to our live session. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Yeah, get to rise in one of our last letter. I used to measure my life by how many years I live. Now I'm measuring by how many moments I've loved. Yeah, that's the magic of this book. It didn't sell you a fairy tale where everything works out. Hi Rosie, nice to meet you. That's the magic of this book. It didn't sell you a fairy tale where everything works out. It says you the truth that a soul like this live with love is worth 100 long lives lived in fear. How many of us are waiting for someday to start living? Someday when we have more money, someday when we are less busy, someday when we are perfect. You have to say no. Stop waiting. The perfect moment is right now. The perfect moment is right now, my friend. This cup of good coffee, this chair is a friend, this book on your hands for reading, this chance to say I'm sorry or I love you to you. Raise your hand if you're gonna do one thing today that matters. Call that person, take their work, forgive the mistake. I see you. That is what this book is all about. Okay, let's talk about the book. The title, Eternal Love. Let's break that down, my friend. This isn't about romantic love, though it has plenty of heart. It's about the kind of love that sticks around long after someone's gone. When Yato passed away, our author Xuemo took the letters and turned them into this book. Our author Xuemo wanted her story to help others. And Yato's friends set up a support group for cancer patients in her name. And Yato's niece plant tomatoes every year in her honor. That's eternal love. That's eternal love. Yato writes, I used to think love was about staying. Now I know that it's about living peace of yourself with anyone you meet. That is the truth. Love isn't holding someone's hand. It's the way you make them feel seen, the way you inspire them to be better, the way you memory feel seen, the way you inspire them to be better, the way your memory make them smile even when you're not here. When you love deeply, you don't disappear. You become part of people you love. That is why this book was so powerful. It is not just Yato's story. It is a reminder that we all have the power to leave a mark, no matter how much time we have. Let me wrap this up with why you need to grab this book today. If you are going through a tough period in your life, and this book will hold your hand. If you lost someone, this book will help you grieve and heal. If you just feel stuck, and this book will kick you into gear and start living. It is not a sample. It is a whole book. It is a book about. It is a book about. It's a book that makes you cry, but it is a good kind of cry. The kind that leaves you feeling lighter, stronger, and alive. Let's talk about the translation. Let's talk about the translation because I know a lot of readers care about the translation. Yeah, a lot of readers care about the translation. I'm going to share you this book was written by Chinese author Xuemo and translated by Mr. Holger and Mrs. Silver Ling. Okay, who is Holger and Silver Ling? They are the translator of Nobel Prize winning literature. More. Yeah. Now, this book is translated by Holger and Silver Ling. Yeah. So the translation of this book is smooth. It is heartfelt and it keeps every beat of Yato's voice. And you will feel like that Yato was sitting, she was sitting right here with you and sharing her story and sharing her story, okay, my friend? Yeah. So that is the translation about the eternal love. And the book is available in printing and Kindle editions on Amazon. So no matter how you like to read, you can dive in right now. This book has changed thousands of lives. I know it will change yours. The stock is limited, especially and also the book is for fast delivery to the country. Okay, you can order the book from Amazon and then you can pay the book in just a few days. Yeah. So let's continue to talk about Jacob's last words in this book. Don't be afraid to love. Don't be afraid to live. Don't be afraid to don't be afraid to love. Yeah. Don't be afraid to be you. That's my wish for all of you. Grab the book, read it, and share it, and let's keep Jeto's loves alive. Yeah, I'm going to share you a story about eternal love. I'm going to share you a story about eternal love to our author, to one of my friends. Yeah, one of my friends, and she was about 46 years old. Yeah, and and about let's see, and about 7 years ago, about 7 years ago, okay. So when we read about the eternal love, and, and then she was so afraid of the cancer. Also, she is a cancer patient too. No, also her family, her family was has a curse that all the female we got the cancer and pass away, and then she didn't want to read the book. He didn't want to talk about the vocabulary of cancers in her life. One day, when we start to read the books of the eternal love in our reading corner, and then the lady, she didn't want to read the book. She didn't want to read the books with us, even though she's the fans of our author Xuemo, she's the reader of our author Xuemo. She didn't want to read the books about the eternal love, just because the book is about a terminal cancer patient. And then, she, and many years later, she told us, and then just because there is a family curse in her family. All the female, all the female pass away because of the cancer before at at 40s, and she was about 40s, and she was so afraid that she also got the cancer, and she passed away about 40s. Now she is about 45 years old, and she lives so great. And then, and then, Yato, hi, my friend. This is Louis from Western China. And then I'm here to share you the book written by Chinese author Xuemo. And now I'm going to read some of the most beautiful and profound lines from this book. On growing, many people think they grow up, but they've only been fooled by the illusion of maturity. Deep inside, they are still children, still angry when they don't get what they want, still fighting when someone takes what they what they love, still crying over things, over lost in games. Only the toys and games has changed. Hi, Chickney, Chick, Chickney, are you Chickney? No, what do you mean, my friend? Black, black, clever boy. Black clever boy, my friend, are you here, my friend? What do you mean that? What do you mean is your Chickney? Okay, is you Chickney? Are you Chickney? Or is you Chickney, my friend? I don't know what I'm talking about, my friend. Hi, black, black clever boy. Okay, black clever boy. Hi, what are you talking about? Are you still here, my friend? Are you still here? So let's hear talk about the book. Okay, the second sentence from this book on joy and contentment. The true joys come from a heart that feels beauty. Yeah, it has little to do with material things or wealth. You can hold on to happiness forever. And the second most beautiful and profound lines from this book on joy and contentment. The true joys come from a heart that feels beauty. It has little to do with material things or wealth. We can not hold on to happiness forever, but we can choose to be happy in every moment. When the heart constantly feels the worst goodness, a sense of blessings surrounds us. And the third sentence from this book on imagination and illusory and illusion. We have always designed our own lives, or even others. We create stories in our mind, imagining how things should be, whether we are truly or not hardly matters, because because everything is already rushing into the past. On imagination and illusion. We are always designing our own life and delusion. Yeah. And then we are always designing our own life and even others. We create stories in our mind, imagine how things should be, whether they are truly, whether they are true or not hardly matters, because everything is already rushing into the past. And the fourth sentence from this book, all suffering comes from the mind. So that's three. Whether we pursue or let go, persist or surrender, we all have the choice to be. It's all the choice of the heart. When the heart is upright, the life becomes simple. Yeah. Oh, Nina, are you Chinese? Yeah, go back. Yeah, I'm Chinese, my friend. I'm Chinese. Okay, I'm Chinese. Yeah. So let's see the five sentences the most beautiful and profound lines from this book. Okay, on life's journey, why do we travel far and wide? Isn't it to find the home for the show? Then why not cherish each moment? Feel everything, feel everything that life gives us: sunshine or storm, thunder, rain. Each has its own taste. Let's savor them all. Okay, and the sixth beautiful sentence from this book on on pain and expectation. So what truly hurt us is never the events itself, but the gap between expectation and reality. We suffer not because of what happens, but because of the stories and fears we created in our own mind. And the book of the eternal love teaches us that every experience, joy or sorrow, is part of the journey towards inner peace. If you're seeking can, hearing, and the courage to love again, and this book will speak directly to your heart. Hi, if you're even new here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. This is Louis from Western China. I'm here to share with you the book written by Chinese author Xuemo. So, and the book it is available in hardcover and Kindle editions on Amazon. A novel for those seeking healing, spiritual peace, and a reminder that love never dies. It's simply transformed. Just pay the book to the Amazon from the Amazon. You will go straight to its Amazon page where you can choose the version you prefer, and the Kindle ebook of the Eternal Love is only for $3 only for today. We have promotion on Amazon or free with the Kindle Unlimited. And the paperback edition is also available if you love the feeling of holding a book in your hands. So don't wait. Add the book to your cart. And now, where you're where you're watching, okay? And add a book to your cart while you're watching right here. And these books are not just story; they're like companions. They heal, they inspire, they stay with you long after you finish reading. So you can grab your copy today from Amazon and start your journey with our author Xuemo's word of light, love, and wisdom. And you can take the book from Amazon and make it yours right now. Okay, The Eternal Love written by Chinese author Xuemo, a touching novel written by Chinese author Xuemo. And this book is about a lady who got a tongue cancer, and the doctor says she only have 2 or 3 months left to live. But under the guidance by our author Xuemo, she lived for more 4 years. Although her body was in agony, but her mind was peaceful. Yeah. Hi, if you're even new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Yeah. This is Louis from Western China. Yeah. So when a person sworn this word, he often neglects his spiritual practice, and the author Xuemo tells him, when this getting thoughts surge in your mind, you need to all you need to do is anchor yourself into the mindfulness and the present moment and direct your awakened heart to the very thing you're doing right now. Specifically, fix your eyes on it and let your ear listen to it and let your nose seems to catch its scent and let your tongue seems to taste its flavor and your body to truly feel its touch. When you are when you are heart when your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind are all wholeheartedly focused on what you're doing, you are you're already abiding in your pure enlightened mind. Yeah, my friend, this is Louis from Western China. Even you here, don't forget to subscribe our channel. Yeah, thank you so much for coming with me. Have a nice day. Goodbye, my friend. Have a nice day. Okay, black clever boy. Nice to meet you. Okay. See you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, my friend.